really have to do with how this all got organized. Is that from an organizer's point of view, or from someone outside? I'm more interested in the organizer's point of view. How did this? People say this is a lot of time in the making, but in a really, really broad picture of things, how did this come together?
Okay, we start the mobilization at the day we know that we have the government have the intention to raise tuition hikes. So 2 years later, 2 years before now, the first big event was a forum called for government, that Rencontre des partenaires en éducation. The AC at the time decided to try to cancel the forum. That worked not totally. Yes, but we are able to enter in the hotel, and we had a lot of trouble. We have approximately 17 people, 17,000 people in strike for one day. At this time, at this time it just go in peak for the actual mobilization. A lot of mobilization, a lot of occupation, economic blockade. Another 2 other day of strike, the 21 of March and the 10th of November. 10th of November was a really large mobilization, almost 200,000 people in strike. A big protest of 30,000.
Oui, même chose pour moi.
Yeah,
30,000?
30,000 people with an occupation at McGill direction at the end. And
at McGill?
At McGill, the McGill administration will be, if it be on occupation at the end of the protest, and you have a small urban area on the campus of McGill. That's it was the first repressive experience for many of the young militant. That was the first year in the tent. So that's and after come a couple of other occupation or action, and now the strike start at Lucam, the 14th of February, and now we have I think the key is that we do a heavy preparation and planification of a strike. Example, the first wave of striker, first 100 striker. My committee, the energy committee, decide approximately when they must do their assembly, and they give a conseil
written notice.
Right, written notice to every executive at place, because we know that some votes are more safe. So if they pass before, they can have more capability to do it. So. We do exactly like that, and we are just a first wave of strike was very, really good. The second two, the third, we organized in 3 waves. And another thing that's really, really important in our strike is what we call the floor. It's I've never seen that in another occasion and in Quebec. So it's no student union no student association go in strike before 20,000 other students depart in 7 associations don't have a strike mandate.
Oh.
So so it's not one CEGEP or one department or one faculty go in strike alone. We have a big strike movement that start in one shot. So that give a big impression in the movement, so that fight the isolation. That's something we know in strike. And we also think we are now a little bit at the bilan time. The next time we'll probably give a region region floor. And example for the floor, they have a lot of in university you have intern floor. Example at the University of Montreal, many associations vote, okay, we go in strike if 5 department of the university go in a strike with the other. Or we have a CEGEP, the CEGEP of Outaouais, if the half of CEGEP go in strike, we go in strike.
Right.
Well, that's a little bit that's not so radical, but you can lose the strike at this point. So yeah, that's the point of view of the organizers is almost what the strike is going actually. But I think the class have a lot of influence and a lot of control on the strike to the middle of April. After they become totally autonomous movement, people have got enough experience, enough organization technique to do it themselves, and the movement just go wild.
On that, I wonder, because some models of organizing in cities in reaction to certain things is to do things like Know Your Rights workshop and how to, art and activism and things like that. Has there been a strong push to have organized so that people know how to organize before Loi 78? Was there sort of an attempt to build up people's skills that way, or?
Yes, a lot. We do a lot of formation, and the strike. The good thing with strike is you have a lot of time. So true. You have time to have workshop, ideologic or practice workshop. In example, in my CEGEP, we do a week of formation before the economic, the first massive economic disturbance week. That's to Color Drive. We do a big, so it's a Know Your Right, protest security, protest formation. Work in formation, because we build big shield for formation that's really efficient.
You guys have to come out and teach us that one. Right. We don't have that one.
Okay. Work in formation, a couple of ideological workshop, because we want people are ideologically okay with what they are going to do. If you want to shut down a bridge, you want to people, because you can't say we're going to shut down a bridge because of police repression, but we want that the people are willing to do that because they are in the illegal, or if they want to fight cops, but they know how to organize, and if they are willing to fight, they are ideologically okay with that, but ideologically in accord and willing to do something is two different things. And many people are not at the first time they fight a line of code, they are really not ideologically in accord with that, but police are really hateful people in time of radicalized movement. They do bust and the better of us, and the better of speech are not don't equal a single police charge. Jean Charest is good too, but
they both are working together. And on that kind of DRS stuff, I couldn't help but notice I've gone to a couple marches for just under a week now, and I couldn't help but notice, as per last night, that your marches here in Montreal, the people are much more comfortable and they seem more aware of why people wear masks and why people dress all in black, and why there is that tactic. Because in other cities, in Toronto for the G20, and recently in Edmonton we had a confrontation with white supremacists, a lot of more moderate people see the mask and they say, what are you hiding from? And they don't understand, and then that same issue comes up every time. So how, was it the pre-organizing around that you guys talked about it in the open, or what would you say?
Before the strike, we do the class organize a formation camp, a big camp where a lot of discussion and practical workshop, and we, at the beginning of the strike, we know that a big problem in strike will probably that for many people is their first militant experience, so they have a liberal education for many people. We live in a liberal country, so we have a liberal education, a liberal culture. So we try to break into why wear a mask, because they have camera, you can be identified when you do an action or a single protest, or before the strike, and something that helped us is before the strike we have a series of class organizers have been arrested at their home by the police. So we just give the example, the people do something that's totally peaceful, that's totally legal, but they got arrested on false things. So the people are like, okay, it's why I must wear a mask, or I have security culture. And the all wearing black, that's not so popular. The black look become popular after the first round of negotiation in the night protest, but before it's just wearing mask or wearing goggles just for the pepper spray, because people say, oh yes, if I wear a mask, that's more, don't go in my nose or anything. So it's more practical, and I think we see just there becomes at a certain time just logic that people act like that. We don't do a lot of propaganda on why wearing a mask or anything. People start to do it because in the struggle experience, they know that, oh, okay, that's why we must wear a mask, because we can be arrested. Why we must wear a mask because that protect us. We must know how to be a human chain for if the cops want to break our blockage. Some people start training throwing a rock with front or other in the CJPR because but the cops shoot us rubber bullet. We want to able to be defense. So, to defend ourselves. So
did you do any scenario training? Because in some workshops we actually literally have people who have been arrested before go in and act like police, so that people get over their fear.
We do a lot. For example, one of the first workshop is a picket line workshop. We pick.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
Sorry. I just